all the block colors are down. So I literally put down one shadow before adding in the background symbol for the light to be coming through, and then went, nope, definitely need at least the outline of where the light source is going to be before starting the shading. So got the Aries symbol off of Google and put that in the background. Since red is kind of it's like a fire sign color, but like Aries' color as well, so I'm adding that in. I'm making the light red, so all the lit areas are going to be red, and then I'm going to shade as we go along. So he's actually probably going to be underlit technically from the front, so the side, his silhouette is actually going to be better lit than the rest of his than the majority of him. And I started the shading and lighting for him, and then decided to try and it would be easier if I figured out what the light was properly doing. So I tried like adding in the lit area, because I want the symbol to look like it's glowing. So I tried like doing a glow effect from the actual effects within Photoshop, and kind of played around with that a bit, and went and tried adding in some more like light beams or whatever. Myself didn't like that as much, so I changed how I went in with more of it's still pressure opacity, but it's more like, it's not really a smudge brush, but it could be a smudge brush. And I also changed like what's behind the symbol as well, so I made it more so like stars. It's not really anything specific. I didn't go in detail and put like the actual Aries constellation or anything like that. I used a splatter brush tool to put the stars in, and I was going to do some sort of ground to it, add a floor to it, but or like some reflective surface, but I decided against that. It didn't really need it. I'm trying to make sure that the back of his I don't think it's a kilt, but the fabric looks like there's it's closer to the light and there's some light like going through. And because of the shape of the canvas and where he's placed, he's very centered in it, and Aries has a symmetrical symbol, which is fairly simple when compared to some other ones. He ends up like covering a portion of it, but also he ends up like being a part of like making up that last line in it as well. I'm also adding some glow to that's like emanating from his eyes, because I liked it. It wasn't in the main plan, but I found like inspiration in the moment. I might do that for all of them since I started. And between each sides of the wool, I took a break. So my technique for one is different than the other, and I think you can tell because I stopped on the while doing the other half, because I wasn't sure if I liked how it looked. I thought it might be looking a tad like grey, or grey. And So I came back and ended up trying to do the second side, which ended up having more detail in it, which is fair enough. It's a bigger side, and I realized that the hand was too small, which hands, but it looks like a hand, so that's improvement. And I decided to add some more wool to like clip in where the wool would like overlap with the fingers. And I'm adding like I'm adding some lighting to the horns where because horns aren't smooth, they have ridges on them, so I'm adding in like where the ridges would be catching some light. His ears, the eerie boy, the goat ear, and his hair has a bunch of shadows that are caused by the horns and the ear and pretty much everything else. So that got darker quite a bit. That meant it didn't really get a lot of light on it, so it didn't have that many highlights. I didn't end up adding a proper floor, but I made it slightly lighter and made it so that it looked like there was a shadow coming from him, just because it adds a bit of depth to the image. And going back in and like messing about with some layer options to try and get the contrast between everything up. I also added a slight glow from the stone on this the it's not a spear, but like that thing. I forgot what it's called. And after a bit of messing about with different layer options and adjustments, this is the final product. Aries. I hope you enjoyed. Have a wonderful day. See you later, and goodbye.